Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I, Abhishekta Chakraborty, on behalf of IMI Kolkata, would like to extend a very warm welcome to each one of you. We have gathered here to mark the conclusion of the one-year management program conducted for the executives of PCBL. It has been a year full of learning and challenges for each one of the participants, as they have persevered not only to meet the demands of their jobs, but also to go through the rigor of the academic program IMI was offering them. Today's graduation ceremony marks the beginning of a new chapter in their lives, as they are now ready to confidently apply their learning and take on managerial responsibilities. In our best efforts to extend a cordial reception to our dignitaries on the stage, we would like the fragrance of the flowers to speak for itself. For this, I request my colleague, Ms. Ankita Majumdar, to welcome our guests with a bouquet of flowers. Our chief guest, Mr. Kaushik Roy, Managing Director, PCBL. Mr. R.K. Jha, President Corporate, RPSG Group. Professor Arindam Banik, Director, IMI Kolkata. Mr. Sabyasachi Bhattacharya, Chief, HR and IT, PCBL. Professor Shorajakshu Chatterjee, Dean, MDP and EDP, IMI Kolkata. We would also like to extend a hearty welcome to all our distinguished guests, graduating students, members of our big RPSG family, faculty and staff of IMI Kolkata. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you all to this special day. Without further ado, may I now request Professor Shorajakshu Chatterjee, Dean MDP and EDP, IMI Kolkata, to declare the graduation ceremony open.
I declare the graduation ceremony open.
The light of knowledge is fully capable of destroying the darkness of ignorance. I would now request the dignitaries on the dais to light the ceremonial lamp in reverence to knowledge to mark the opening of the graduation ceremony of the one-year management program conducted for the executives of PCBL. Sir, may I please request you to proceed. With this tone of positivity, may I now introduce our much acclaimed and celebrated director of IMI Kolkata, Professor Arindam Banik. Professor Banik holds a PhD from Delhi School of Economics. He teaches international finance and international business at IMI Kolkata. His fields of specialization are international trade and services, global financial imbalance, development economics, the structure and organization of financial markets and payment systems, technology transfer and strategic analysis of markets and economics. He has published over 100 articles and taught at the University of West Indies, Cave Hill campus and Barbados. He's the editor of Global Business Review and he's on the advisory board of a number of reputed journals. He has consulted with several corporations like the Ministry of Rural Development, ACC, ADB, UNIDO, World Bank, ILO, to name a few. Sir, may I please invite you for your inaugural address.
Sri R.K. Jha, Mr. Kaushik Roy, Mr. Sabyasachi Bhattacharya, Dr. Shorajakshu Chatterjee, faculty colleagues, staff members, family members, and friends of graduating executives. Graduating executives, our friends, ladies and gentlemen. My warm greetings on the occasion to all of you. As we mirror the first year, we are ignited with many sense of beginning. The Institute is only 8 years old, and we are continuously changing and evolving. Change is driven by factors within the enterprises itself, such as the wish to reposition the enterprise within a market, to implement a new business model, to merge with another enterprise, or to expand into a new market. Change is also driven by factors external to the organization, such as market rivalry, disruptive technologies, demographic change, and new government regulations. Even then, it has been our conscious decision to understand, anticipate change, and therefore our focused direction has helped us to adapt to changes in various fields, such as practices of business model and their academic inputs in a broader global perspectives. We are proud to say IMI Kolkata is taking important initiatives to ensure not just its relevance, but also the drivers of its growth. It is important to notice that disruptions due to technological change has impacted firms widely. Thus, it is important for managers and other stakeholders to recognize the characteristics and patterns of such disruptions. Needless to mention, it may contribute to the undesirable outcomes if such patterns are not identified and understood. Countermeasures to mitigate the risk of disruptions have a cost. Any form of disruption may impose the greatest risk to a firm's value. Thus, it is believed that with access to relevant knowledge, managers may be able to assess firms' investment opportunities appropriately to mitigate significant material risk. The academic objectives of IMI Kolkata are mostly in the light of such disruptions, and we often observe in business. In the process, we have received interesting market signals that may be relevant for our future growth. Take the example, the program we have accepted for PCBL executives. As we have observed that traditional models are basically defined by, if you consider to acquire the crude from the market, there is no linear relationship that you have the current market and you observe or you behave according to that conditions. There are many disruptions by derivatives. There are many disruptions that long-term contracts are one kind of example of disruption. The other disruption, what in the context of PCBL, what we have observed, many Chinese companies in recent time are basically merging with the European companies to explore the cheapest crude from Russia and other places. Similarly, many Brazilian companies are involved with the Chinese to cater market in the North America in these components. And our course curriculums are basically designed, and it was actually covered in the light of that directions. And I must proud to say the executives who are basically trained here quite brilliant in their performances, in their class interactions, and I'm sure they will give you the signals of the company, I mean PCBL, for their future growth model. In addition, it is to be mentioned here that since the inception of IMI Kolkata has been focusing on Asian business practices. You know, the model of integrated farm scales are old phenomena, are basically European context because there's a less number of manpower. The Asian models are different. The so-called offshore model, the outsourced model is basically, in ancient time also we have observed that there are small business enterprises, there are medium business operations, and they are basically producing some kind of input, then integrate into a bigger product perspectives. Unfortunately, because of our socialist objectives, we thought that farms to be necessary to be integrated farms, following the Western model, and we know the problem that the so-called public sectors, which are are now the burn of the society. Again, I'm happy that government is actually conscious about that one, that since they are outsourcing, they are offshoring, exist. There are more role of smaller and bigger firms or objects. These are known as Asian business model, Asian business practices. And IMI Kolkata is actually designed their program in the light of that directions. We are different from the other business schools of Indian context is concerned. So our brand is concerned, we are continuing to live up to the standards set by us and benchmarked with the best in global management education domain. Our brand presence and recall have been growing at an invincible pace, which is evident in terms of our admissions, placements, or MDP responses. Keeping in pace with the trends of digitization, we have also been connected to our key stakeholders via our multidimensional digital presence. We are also thankful for the support of the media in keeping us in the headlines and making our brand presence even stronger than before. I believe our pedagogical innovation scope of involvement in activities and help developing managerial expertise of students along with the institute research orientations have contributed to the success we have achieved so far. What we believe actually, when you basically interact with the executives, for say PCBL executives are concerned, we also get the industry feedback from the executive, they share with us. And in the process, we apply that on in the research perspectives and then basically design a course in. So the MDP and research are basically linearly related. And we believe in that. If someone is to the teaching shop kind of things, they will only object to the earn money, that's MDP. But if I am not getting inputs of this kind of programs, perhaps we cannot design new course in the light of market conditions. I convey my wholehearted congratulations to the graduating executives on the successful completion of the program. My congratulations to their families and teachers who shaped their understanding and moral development, leading them to achieve the academic distinction. As you embark on a new journey, keep learning, keep exploring, and don't be scared to face newer challenges. Because in the globalized world, there is no concept of permanent employment. Because if you're not coming back to the educational institutes, after 5 years, because of the product's life cycle, knowledge development and creation is so fast and saturated. So you have to come back to the educational institute to gain newer knowledges. And now is the time for you to face the world with increased vigor. I wish you all the best to fulfill your aspirations and scale newer heights and while being a responsible citizen of our nation. Don't forget the relationship you built here. As you engage in new ones, return to the campus to experience the sights and sounds you leave behind and engage with us in a meaningful discourse. Wish you a great career ahead.
Thank you, sir. May I now request Professor Chatterjee to share the experience of conducting the one-year program for the working executives. Professor Chatterjee has a PhD from IIT Kharagpur and is a certified associate of Indian Institute of Bankers and a member of Indian Society for Training and Development. He has more than 34 years of professional and academic experience.
Our honorary chief guest, Mr. Kaushik Roy, Mr. R.K. Jha, Mr. Sabbachachi Bhattacharya, and our very own director, Mr. Arindam Banik on the dais, various dignitaries from the group and PCBL of the dais, my dear fellow colleagues, our various colleagues, other colleagues, and participating students. It gives me immense pleasure to share our maiden experience of the PCBL journey with all of you. As you know, the 2 years postgraduate diploma in management to our flagship program and offer you the management development program. It is of 1035 hours. That is 2 years PGDM program. But looking to the need of the organization of PCBL, they wanted the executive general management program for their bright executives. We prepared in consultation with PCBL an abridged 400 hours curriculum for general management to be covered in nearly 1 year and little bit more time in lines of the same 2 years program of 1035 hours. So we have squeezed the 1035 hours program into a 400 hours program, and this was the first 1 year program for general management that was offered by IMI Kolkata. PCBL had identified a group of executives with high potentials but were wanting in their knowledge and appreciation of management techniques and tools. The program was supposed to fill the knowledge gap. The program was aimed at covering a broad gamut of subjects that were relevant globally and contemporarily for the management practices. For our program was unique from the 1 year programs offered by other management institutions, as the number of classroom contact hours and coverage was much more. The program duration of 400 hours was distributed in 4 quarters, in which the participant would spend nearly 2 weeks in each quarter at IMI campus for residential learning. The course covered all important areas of management: marketing, accounting, financial and financial risk and organizational behavior, human resource management, leadership, talent management, economics, statistic methods, international business and applications, data analytics, B2B marketing, operations and management, supply chain management, CRM, strategy formulation and implementation of international finance and international business. In order to maintain the quality of the academic delivery under close surveillance, the course was taught by our in-house faculty as well as faculty from IMI Delhi and nearby IIMs. To enhance the learning and experience component of the program, PCBL also organized several expert sessions in which speakers from PCBL, RPSG group and outside experts interacted with the participants to deliver the relevant inputs. The pedagogy included concept sharing, case studies from Harvard, experiential activities, assignments of projects, in order to ensure intermittent monitoring and connectivity with the participants. We had video conferencing sessions between the group and the faculty during the months of following their residential learning. Every quarter, post learning from this institute, they go back to their places, but then they were connected with us through video conferencing, and they got their doubt cleared from the concerned faculty through video conferencing, and also they sort out their problems on the various assignments also through video conferencing. We followed a rigorous systems of evaluation, which included written as well as international evaluation. The dissertations in the last quarter provided a perfect opportunity to the participants to apply their learnings to real life situations. PCBL identified several strategic themes that are important to the future of the organization, and the participants, under the guidance of PCBL and IMI mentors, developed projects around these themes. I am really thankful for this to PCBL to be very much cooperative with us and cooperating in all the aspects with IMI. All possible efforts were made to provide comfortable stay with healthy and tasty food. On the whole, it was a very hectic and important year in the life of the participants. I would like to compliment the participants for their perseverance as striking balance between studies and their working life, with the daunting task of managing both. This is a special day in their lives as they graduated today and are ready to take on new challenges, as very clearly told by our Honorable Director. I congratulate each one of them and their families, and also I thank PCBL for being cooperative and eagerly looking forward to learn from them their enhanced contribution in the growth of globalization for their own organization. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I would take this opportunity now to introduce our chief guest, Mr. Kaushik Roy, MD, PCBL. Mr. Roy is the Managing Director of Philips Carbon Black Limited and a member of the Management Board of RP Sanjeev Goenka Group. He joined PCBL on 1st of January 2013 and thereafter took on the responsibility of providing leadership to PCBL, while he was additionally entrusted with leading HML from 2015. He also served as a member of the Managing Committee of the Bengal Chamber of Commerce and Industry. With revenue of almost $0.5 billion, PCBL is the leading carbon black company in India and the 7th largest carbon black company globally. It is headquartered in Kolkata and has 4 major manufacturing units in India at Durgapur, Kochi, Palej and Mundra. Mr. Roy is widely acclaimed for bringing in a new era of leadership at PCBL. He has been instrumental in introducing a customer-centric approach to PCBL's vision and strategy. He has a vast multifunctional business experience spanning over 2 decades across different sectors like tire and cement. Prior to PCBL, he has been associated with Apollo Tyres Limited in various leadership roles and has also been a management board member of the company. Mr. Roy is an MTech Mechanical from IIT Kharagpur and an alumnus of IMD Switzerland. He also holds a degree in Business Administration from University of Tokyo. Sir, may I kindly invite you to deliver the keynote address.
Dignitaries on the dais, faculty members and my colleagues here, a very good afternoon to all of you. I'm sure you guys are wondering I did not say anything to any of you. So very big congratulations to each one of you and a very good afternoon too. Lot many good things have been talked about all of you, a brilliant, great potential and so many things. So guys, please stay grounded. It is only the beginning of the journey. Having said that, honestly, I feel very proud today to stand here for this particular occasion. This is almost like a dream come true. In PCBL, we started this journey about 3-4 years back, and most of you know, so I'll not repeat it really. We started this journey with revisioning, and in that, one of the critical pillars is people. We as an organization took number of initiatives to improve people capability so that eventually at some point of time we give charge of the organization to a able leadership. And standing here today in front of all of you, I feel very comfortable and confident that this organization in long term will be in very good hands. But, you know, we started this journey and we said one of the critical things is doing this management course for all of you. Most of you come from engineering background, so it will give a holistic perspective to all of you about business. But let me also tell you that this is only the beginning of your learning. This is a journey you are starting. This is a kind of tool which is provided to you, which will help you in long term to improve yourself and to contribute to the organization wherever you are, whether it is Philips Carbon Black or some other organization. I'll be happy to see that in future you continue in Philips Carbon Black But at the same time, I know in real life, in case the organization is not able to provide right kind of opportunities to you, you will have to look for opportunities elsewhere. But wherever you are, it doesn't really matter, be a good ambassador of the organization, of the company. And this is precisely the reason I said no bond and nothing, I guess all of you are aware of. But at the same time, I do expect that you will reciprocate to this initiative which has been taken by the organization. While as an organization we will be taking all sorts of initiatives, and for not only for this batch, but for everyone. So this is for my colleagues, I am telling you here to communicate this back to your team members, that we will be taking all sorts of initiatives to develop people, develop leaders. But don't forget one basic thing, that ultimately it is your responsibility to groom yourself. We as an organization, we are trying to provide you an ecosystem, an atmosphere to learn, but ultimately it is you who has to groom yourself. And the most critical thing in this, you remember that learning never stops. You have to be, if you have to do well, if you have to excel, the learning has to be lifelong. It doesn't matter what is your designation, what is your position, what is your role. The learning has to be forever. It is a journey, and the journey has to continue till the last day of your life. So that's a sincere advice to all of you. Obviously, when we develop people, we develop leaders like you guys, there is also a motive behind it from organization's perspective, and that is that you will also contribute back to the organization. In this context, I will talk about a little bit of annual group conference what we had just yesterday, so that you understand the perspective and what is the expectation from the organization and the group, and also from the chairman. In the theme of the group conference this year was, I don't know how many of you are aware of, may not be really, are we fit to lead? Are we fit to lead? And this is not about PCBL, this is about the whole organization. And this was the view of the chairman, that this is the theme from chairman, and obviously it came from his thought process, and he has been talking about this for some time now. Are we fit to lead? So what is the context? Why suddenly this particular question, that are we fit to lead? Are we leading? Are we not leading? It came to our mind from two basic things. In our group, we have got 5, 6, 7 good companies, or great companies maybe. Now, the question is that, one, always remember that competition is right behind you. They are always chasing you. They are not far behind at any point of time. And success in business is nothing but staying ahead of your competition. All of you believe that, right? All of you understand that. Success in business we define as staying ahead of your competition. We should be the last one standing in the field of competition. So that is one aspect, that you are up against competition at any point of time, whether you are a good company or you are a great company, irrespective. Yesterday, in fact, Shashwat very rightly pointed out, and some other speakers also, that a lot of these Fortune 500 companies which were there, say 20 years back, half of it is possibly not there today because they lost out somewhere. You have great companies like Kodak, which was there at one point of time. Today, where are they? They're not there anymore. So that's one part of the story, that competition. The other part of the story is today, particularly today, it is more relevant. In last, say, 1 decade, it is very relevant that the competitive field, a competitive landscape, or the business landscape as you call it, is continuously changing. And there are many factors which are beyond fundamental businesses. To give an example, geopolitical conflict, just one example. We do not know whether Mr. Donald Trump, American president, will impose second round of sanctions on Iran. But if it happens, there will be impact on oil prices. crude oil price. And crude oil is one of the fundamentals of economy in most countries, including India. The impact will not be only on individual companies, impact will be on the countries. But the ripple effect will be there for sure on companies as well. And so many things can happen. Tomorrow, if he picks up North Korea, his loved or favorite target, who knows what will happen? We do not know what will happen. So geopolitical situation is uncertain, absolutely uncertain. We do not know what will happen. Socio-economic situation, if you see, of the world and particularly the emerging countries, emerging economies, it is changing continuously today. What India was 20 years back and what it is today, there is a huge gap, huge difference. In countries like India, the workforce is becoming younger by the day. Today, you are talking about millennials, and I think there is a new term which is coined now, beyond 1994 or 96, and they are called Generation Z. So I'm sure many more such things will come. Generation Z, Generation X, Generation something will come. I don't know what will happen to us. Generation X will be called something. I do not know really what will be called. So, lot many things are happening. Geopolitical, socio-economic, younger workforce. Why younger workforce I'm talking about? The expectation of people, expectation of the younger workforce is completely different. So to run a business successfully, on one side you have to keep an eye on the competition, what is happening on the competitive landscape. On the other side, you have to keep an eye which are beyond your fundamental drivers of business, these are the things I talked about, but these are equally critical because this can have serious effect and impact on your business. So therefore, what has happened over a period of time, the business cycles or the planning cycles of strategic cycles of business shortened over a period of time substantially. It has shrunk over a period of time. It is very short. So any business, not only about PCBL, any business, wherever we are, wherever you guys will be at some point of time, there will always be a core. There will always be a core. A core does not change possibly. The core strategy does not change. You have to be operationally excellent. It's the reality. Whatever is the fundamental changes doesn't matter. That remains. But maintaining that core, you have to be nimble-footed enough to ensure the other things which change, you are able to cope up with those changes. With your efficiency, with your knowledge, with your understanding of the subject. And that is where it comes that you need to be a lifelong learner. And this was the reason yesterday our discussion was, are we fit to lead? Because it is time for us to introspect, for each organization in our group to introspect and see, are we really there at the top, or if not, what is the gap? And it's a continuous process of self-evaluation, self-search. It's a continuous process. It doesn't stop anywhere really. It's a continuous process. So keep this in mind, and this is precisely what was discussed yesterday through various panel discussions and all. This is what we discussed. And of course, Mr. Goenka, from his point of view, from his side, he has given a very attractive target to us, and I'm sure all of you will be very happy to hear that. What it can be, tell me. It is on profitability. Last year we closed at 300 crores PBT, right? So what it can be from Mr. Goenka? Though the number was given by me to him only just about a month back, so he repeated that on the stage as a target. 500? 1,000? You're right. It is 1,000 crore PBT within next 3-4 years' time. So we'll work that out. Don't get worried about it right now, okay? Enjoy the evening anyway. So coming back, this knowledge I'm sure will help us to take us to 1,000 crore, right? And what else? Anything else I need to talk about? I think I should not talk anything more, right? We'll get worried unnecessarily. So this is what it is, be a lifelong learner and make sure you are able to contribute, and all very best, and a very big congratulations to each one of you once more. All the best. Please put your hands together for them. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words. I would now request some of the participants to share how they have experienced this program. May I request Neha Kamboj to please come on stage and share her experience during her period at IMI Kolkata.
As I stand here, I'm reminded of the day when we were all called for a meeting in the conference room to brief about the expectations from this course. I very vividly remember one statement which was made by someone sitting right amongst us, and that statement has stayed with me since then. It said, "We can take you to the river, but it's you who has to drink." A very warm good evening to one and all present here. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the senior management from the bottom of my heart to have given us this wonderful opportunity to learn and to grow. I just hope we're able to imbibe the same confidence and trust in our capabilities each time henceforth as you did when you chose us for this course. Next, I would like to sincerely thank IMI for facilitating and helping us through the course. It would not have been possible without the constant support from all the faculties and all the dignitaries from the group and across who spared their precious time for us and shared their experiences, leaving us something to ponder upon each time. More than a course, it was an experience which changed me for good. A new opportunity to continue growing and to learn new skills that we will carry with us for the rest of our lives. This is no end to learning, and how small things become an integral part of the bigger picture were the first takeaways. From thinking about one situation with a single angle to broadening the whole outlook from multi-dimensions and taking decisions based on the same. Putting your heart and soul to even the smallest acts was my second takeaway, be it any assignment here or any project at my work. It also helped me in my personal life. It helped me enhance my problem solving and interpersonal skills. As I recall the sleepless nights working on assignments and projects, I'm quite sure we can survive with 3 hours of sleep a day and can work on multiple parallel spaces on the next. A lot of values have been imbibed in this course, but the return in multifold it has brought to us cannot be measured. Today, as I stand here speaking in front of you all, I feel extremely confident and ready to take up new responsibilities in my professional and personal life. This foundation, laid more than a year ago, is just the beginning to more steps towards success. This end marks the beginning of a new journey, and all thanks to PCBL and IMI. Thank you so much.
May I now request Naini Srivastava to kindly come on the stage, please.
Hi everyone, this is Naini, and what to say, it has been a long association with PCBL, but these 15 months of this journey that we have gone through has been a really special one for me. Let me take this opportunity to thank senior management team of PCBL and IMI for giving me this platform to enhance my capabilities. Let me also express my heartfelt gratitude to all the IMI faculties to enhance our knowledge in providing an excellent nurturing environment for successful completion of this course. So what to say, I am here and I would like to it has actually transformed, this entire journey has actually transformed me as a person with wider perspectives. It has changed the way I look at an issue and its solutions. Overall, it has impacted my career and personal life too. I would also like to thank my reporting manager for extending full support in successful completion of this course. Thank you so much for choosing me to be a part of this program. With the knowledge and experience that I have gained at IMI Kolkata, I believe I will contribute towards achieving the vision of PCBL. Thank you.
May I now request Abhishek Singh to share his experience during his tenure at IMI Kolkata?
So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen present all over here, and good evening to the dignitaries on the dais. Long ago, I heard this quote, natural resource gets depleted once they're used to their extent, but human resource gets depleted once not used to their full potential. I'm extremely thankful to the PCBL senior leadership team for nominating my name for this wonderful course, and I feel extremely honored and privileged to be a part of this journey. Especially, I would like to thank the RP Sanjeev Goenka group, which believes in such a strong HR philosophy, where people flourish to their potential. With this, I would like to appreciate the excellent course with apt subject mix, robust pedagogy, with absolutely amazing faculty. We have felt so much attached, we had so much of attached feelings. And I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude for their easy approachability and their kind nature. Sometimes it used to be very tough with our personal life and professional life, with the managing the course and of course work at the same time. But eventually it turned out to be a very favorable for me, and I'm sure for my the colleagues, to become a business manager, better business manager, and handle pressure at the same time. Now talking about the course helped brush me up all the basic concepts, and it has taught me to think from different perspectives. And further, the theoretical inputs learned from the course, coupled with practical examples, will bring out the perfect leader in me and help me do well in the future. I really am indebted and indeed fortunate that I am a part of this group where people flourish to their zenith. Fortunate to be associated with IMI, where people learn to do their best in their lives. And definitely fortunate to be a part of PCBL, where people grow to their potential. I can't thank enough, or rather running out of my words now. So we'll just say, thank you so much for this great opportunity to all the members present over here. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
And lastly, may I please request Raj Mitra to share his experience during his tenure at IMI Kolkata.
A very good afternoon to dignitaries on the dais, my respected teacher for IMI Kolkata, respected members of RP Sanjeev Goenka group, and my friends from CGMP 2018. Very congratulations to you also. From learning from the course is concerned, we have come across from different locations and from different departments. I got realized over the time with this course line, from a note to a samosa, we began one team. With this team is being propagated in between us, not only holds to the study we have achieved, the knowledge we have gained, but the bonding we have shared. And I believe it will be looking forward in future course timeline also. We have received knowledge, we have received wisdom from our leaders. My leaders always used to say one thing: don't do a different thing, do the thing indifferently. So with this note, I would like to say, we gain many things, but at the same time, we should thank to our colleagues, our people at the site, who makes them possible to us to stand over here. Without their support, we couldn't be here, because when we are running, they are working. They are adding value to our life. So please, from today onwards, with the journey of excellence, it is our responsibility to move people at our workplace to work our knowledge into action all together and create the synergy, so that all together and PCBL with the people, we can make possible today's impossibilities into tomorrow's realities. Thank you.
It is now time for the most awaited moment of the ceremony. This is the culmination of all the hard work and struggle of being a student as well as a working professional. The students will now receive their diplomas from Mr. R.K. Jha, President, Corporate, RPSG Group. But before that, let me take this opportunity to introduce Mr. Jha. An MCom from Calcutta University and a chartered accountant and member of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, Rajendra Jha is the President, Corporate at RP Sanjeev Goenka Group. He possesses 38 years of valuable experiences across different fields of corporate activities. During his long association with the group, he has held various key positions and gained various experiences in project management and corporate finance. He is a director in many of the group companies and holds eminent positions in the executive committees of various reputed clubs and professional bodies.
Sorry, I'll take one more moment before Jhasab comes over to distribute the certificates. And my sincere apologies for missing out one important thing in the whole journey, and that is sincerely appreciate and thank each of the faculty members from IMI and our PhD group. Please put your hands together for them. And again, I'm really sorry I missed out the most important factor possibly. Along with them, I guess all of you also burnt midnight oil to make it happen, to make it so successful. My sincere apologies to all of you, and thanks a lot once more. Thank you so much. Jasa, please.
May I now request Mr. Jha to kindly present the certificates to the graduating participants. Orko Bose. Raj Debojyoti Mitra. Rakesh Kumar Nayak. Naini Srivastava. Sumit Sinha. And Neha Kamboj. May I now request our chief guest, Mr. Kaushik Roy, to present the certificates to the graduating participants. Hari Krishna Murlidhar Minampati. Shojib Shaha. Sajib, all right. Apologies for that. It's Sajib Saha. Harsha Chandran. Kevin Simon Chittilapilli. Right. I think I spelled that right. Anup Kumar Bhattacharya. And R. Muthu Kumar. May I now request Professor Arindam Banik to hand over the certificates to the graduating participants. Sudeep Jana. Surya Kumar Barik. Rohit Kumar Chaudhary. Kunal Datta. Rohit Jacob. Abhishek Singh. Siddhartha Shitala. This is also the occasion to celebrate merit and felicitate the participants who have done exceptionally well in the program. May I request Mr. Kaushik Roy to present the Certificate of Merit to Ms. Neha Kamboj for obtaining the highest CGPA in the one-year General Management Program for Working Executives. May I now request Professor Banik to present the Certificate of Merit to Mr. Sumit Sinha for obtaining the second highest CGPA in the program. May I now request Mr. R.K. Jha to present the Certificate of Merit to Siddharth Shitala for obtaining the joint second highest CGPA in the program. A hearty congratulations to all the participants. May I now take this opportunity to introduce Mr. Sabyasachi Bhattacharya, Chief HR and IT of PCBL. Mr. Bhattacharya started his career with Reckitt & Coleman, now Reckitt Benckiser, after his B School. He had spent 5 years in training people across the country on leadership and total quality. He has spent almost 8 years as a trainer before moving on to a generalistic HR role. He was with Sherwin-Williams, the #1 paints company in US, at Cleveland before joining the RP Sanjeev Goenka group. He has worked for Reckitt's, Coates now DIC, Hutch as head HR, Berger as overall HR and IR head, Sherwin-Williams as Asia director in a career spanning of 20 years. Mr. Bhattacharya is currently working with PCBL as Chief HR and IT. He has also handled the sales and marketing role for Rubber Blacks at PCBL. Mr. Bhattacharya is also certified executive and CEO coach and EQI trainer. Sir, may I please request you to deliver the vote of thanks.
So, respected Mr. Jha, Dr. Banik, Mr. Kaushik Roy, and Dr. Chatterjee, faculty members of the Industry Expert Series, Mr. Arun Roy Chaudhary of PricewaterhouseCoopers, he couldn't make it today. But we have my good friend, Mr. Pururaj Dutt from Paharpur Cooling Towers, the RP Sanjeev Goenka group of companies, the faculties who are present here. They supported us all through the program. Thank you so much. And our most valued guests, ladies and gentlemen, and the faculty members of IMI. It gives me goose pimples today when I stand here, because the seed of all this actually germinated in our minds almost 4 years back. And you can imagine that seed to the plant actually took us 4 years. But those 4 years have been very carefully crafted. And we designed the program. We went back and forth with the IMI faculty. They have been very patiently accommodating whatever we have been pushing them to accommodate. But thanks to all of them. And finally, when it fructifies to this day, you feel extremely proud. Not only proud about all of you, but proud about the whole PCBL leadership team, which supported us through this whole journey. It's a privilege that I stand here today to propose the vote of thanks. I, on behalf of IMI Kolkata and Philips Carbon Black, thank all of you for gracing the occasion today. International Management Institute Kolkata, in association with PCBL, did welcome the first batch of the Certified General Management Program for Working Executives on 9th of February 2017. So it's more than a year now. Since then, 15 months have passed, and today we are all present here to bring closer to the successful completion of this course. All 19 of you are graduating today. I'm so happy that all 19 of you have graduated. So all of you had trepidation initially, sir, whether we'll be able to make it through, and we were absolutely sure all of you will make it through. I will now like to thank Mr. Pururaj Dutt of Paharpur Cooling Towers. He has been an inspiration. Mr. Dutt is a very, very old friend of mine, but when IMI approached us, requesting us that can we organize an industry visit of a different kind of industry, so the students and the executives get a different perspective, he immediately came forward. It just took me one call to Mr. Dutt. Mr. Dutt, can we have you on stage for a moment? And may I request Mr. Kaushik Roy to hand over a token of appreciation to Mr. Dutt. So Mr. Dutt is the Vice President of Paharpur Cooling Towers.
Thank you. It gives us good pleasure to have played a small role in adding, to quality education. A lot of courses, etc., are being run. We are aware of all this, but here is a group which is doing a real good quality job, and we've played a small role. It gives us great pleasure, and thank you for this appreciation.
I'm missing another good friend of mine, Mr. Arun Roy Chaudhary of PricewaterhouseCoopers, who also spent a lot of time with you guys. But I would also now like to thank the faculty members of RP Sanjeev Goenka Group. First, Mr. V.C. Agrawal, Mr. Gopal Rathi, Mr. Amit Ambekar, who couldn't be present here. They had to travel. But Mr. B.L. Chandak, can we have you on stage for a moment, please? And may I request Mr. Roy to hand over a certificate of appreciation to Mr. Chandak. Mr. Sunil Bhandari. Mr. Bhandari, for all these 15 months, has been a lighthouse of inspiration for us, at least. Thank you so much, Mr. Chandak. Mr. Ajaya Sahu, Ajay is more part of this team which actually designed all this, and we work together rather than being only a faculty. Thank you, Ajay. Mr. Suhail Samir, can we have you on stage? Are you sitting at the back? Mr. Umesh Ramachandran. Mr. Umesh Ramachandran is from First Source Limited, and if he has flown all the way from Bangalore for this occasion. Thank you so much. Okay, I would now like to thank all the IMI Kolkata faculty. Without your guidance, it wouldn't have been possible at all. Thank you so much, Dr. Paramita Mukherjee, Dr. Rachana Chattopadhyay, Dr. Sahana Roy Chaudhary, Dr. Mahua Banerjee, Dr. Himadri Roy Chaudhary, Professor Vijay Vancheshwar from IMI Delhi, Professor Sanjay Mukherjee from IIM Shillong, Dr. Pradeep Bhaumik, IMI Delhi, Dr. Chanchal Chatterjee, Dr. Dibbajyoti Guho, Dr. Roma Puri, Dr. Pinaki Dasgupta, IMI Delhi, Dr. Chanchal Chatterjee, Dr. Tirthankar Nag, I can see Tirthankar sitting at the back over there, yes. Dr. Sami Ahmed Syed, IIT Mumbai, Professor Surendra Poddar, Dr. Pooja Sengupta, Dr. Rituparna Basu, Dr. Sumanta Basu from IIM Kolkata, Dr. Saroja Chatterjee, who is on stage, Dr. Soni Agarwal, Dr. Budhayan Ganguly, Dr. Arindam Das, and last but not the least, Dr. Arindam Banik. Thank you, sir. Finally, I would like to thank the faculty members of Philips Carbon Black and the senior leadership team of PCBL. They have all been very, very helpful by not only taking classes, but releasing the people, more importantly, for the classes. Thank you, Raj Gupta, our CFO. Thank you, Kaushik Mukherjee, our company secretary. Thank you, Mr. Arun Batra, our business head for Specialty Blacks. Thank you, Mr. Desdipak Mishra, Didi Mishra, our chief of manufacturing. Thank you, Mr. Gautam Kalia, our head for international marketing. And thank you, Mr. Jitin Kaluskar. Where are you, Jitin? Jitin Kaluskar, our chief procurement officer. And of course, thank you, Mr. Kaushik Roy. This Thanksgiving wouldn't be over if I don't thank my team. Mrs. Reena Singh over there has been a powerhouse of support, has been running between the office and IMI. Big hand for her. Prabhu was behind there, Prabhu Dutt Naik, and he was also another lighthouse of support for the whole program. They have been actually holding it together, constantly coordinating with all of you, fighting with us for your projects, pushing you for the dissertations. So, and Nupur Chakravarti, she has been also a great support, and Kaushik Mukherjee from Durgapur. And Kaushik has recently moved into head office into talent acquisition. So thank you so much. All wonderful things you say it comes to an end, but it's not coming to an end. We're just taking a pause, because what gives me the biggest happiness is there's already a lot of traction for this program in the company. So over the last week, we did the town hall last week, and the questions which were being asked that when is the next CGMP? And when we started, we said whether we'll be able to pull this one through. Thank you so much. And I am really, really excited for all of you. All of you are going to surely do very, very well in your life. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for such wonderful words. I would now request Professor Sharjakra Chatterjee, Dean, MDP and EDP, IMI Kolkata, to declare the first graduation ceremony for Working Executive closed.
The first ceremony proceedings of certificate graduation ceremony is announced to be closed.
It is time for us to conclude the proceedings of the ceremony by extending our token of gratitude to our chief guest, Mr. Kaushik Roy. May I request our director, Professor Arindam Banik, to present a memento to Mr. Roy. This Uttaryo has been designed by our very acclaimed designer, Ms. Agnimitra Paul. She has apologized that she couldn't be here today, but she has sent all her best wishes to all the graduating participants here. All the graduating students sitting here. Please wait till the dignitaries on the dais leave the auditorium and move to the conference room. Thank you all.